What's up, everybody? It's your man. I'm back again. It's King A.D.S. here in the Inland Empire in sunny Southern California on another hot, sunny day here. And I've got a lot to get through, and I wrote down some notes with me so I can go over these things with you guys today. Lots of good vibes and energy going out to everybody that's been tuning in and coming along with me on this journey, this unexpected journey that I started, I think, almost 5 years ago now, here on YouTube, making these videos, which I never was really comfortable doing. And sometimes you can still see that come through to the surface on me a little bit, but I am tenfold better than at presenting myself and speaking into this device and everything like that to try to connect with you guys than I was years ago. And it was a very bumpy ride. And I didn't even intend to keep doing this. It was just something that, I don't know, it was a deeper feeling, a resonance that told me to, as the best way I could say it, like told me or just pulled me towards sharing something. I actually felt like for a first time in a long time that, like, whoa, there's some things that you got going on in here, and this can help benefit someone. So I just tried to connect with people the only way I could figure out how to, and I figure I'd do something that like would cover a lot of bases all at once. You know what I mean? Like an all-in-one kind of shot. Like people that I knew and things like that. Like I realized that people really got sucked into like social media platforms and things like that, while other things I was going through were pulling me away from it. So it was kind of a contrast there. And so I tried to figure out a way maybe I can still keep a line open. And I was hoping that like people would chime in that I knew more, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not too worried about it. I'm so grateful to connect with anyone who does enjoy the content these days, because unexpectedly I had some things to share. And then I found out that there were more wonderful people out here that were already doing that stuff, and there's so much knowledge out there to be shared and had by everybody. It's just all wonderful. Whatever source that anyone's able to get the good stuff from, it's a wonderful thing. I'm just grateful for that. And if I'm doing my part, then I feel good about that. And for everybody that does know me already, first and foremost, and if you don't know me, but I'm a music guy first and foremost, hip hop, rock music, electronic style stuff. I just love creating music. I've been out there in the underground for a very long time. Nothing, like I said in other videos, like nothing too over the top major, but definitely have a few milestones in my time, and I'm very happy to have those and look forward to doing more things. Got a lot of music on the way that's coming, and and it's going to be an experience. That's all I can say. Just like this is right now, talking to you guys and like noticing how many people are just doing such amazing work out here, and that's what I wanted to get to too, is that there seems to be this resonance around everywhere. Like if people, you'll hear them talking about like there's a shift and all that kind of stuff. Well, it definitely does seem indicative of such things, because everyone seems to be touching on this topic of focus right now too, which is interesting. Like stuff's coming up again, which if you've been with me all the whole journey, you know that I've had segments about things like that as well. I'm not the only one, and it's not like I come up with this stuff. This stuff has been here on the planet. We've been here a long time, and not only that, the people have expressed the connection that we seem to have with all things around us. We're all interchangeably connected, kind of thing. So yeah, definitely such an interesting observation to make, to see all these people on it right now. It's weird, like they're all talking about focus, like your conscious focus, and how that determines your outlook on things, and how it creates your reality. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you get what you give, kind of a resonance, carrier thing, right? We are the original Wi-Fi, right? That's us, the original Wi-Fi. And yeah, man. But I had to take my notes today, just so I can try to guide myself on this wild ride, because there was a lot going on. I was getting inspired, and I'm like, oh, let's touch on that again, let's visit this again, and stuff like that. So yeah, I had to do that because I never know how these things are gonna go. So I hope I do decent, and definitely appreciate you guys. And if you're enjoying the content so far, as everyone else says, just go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe. It's nothing but a click. What I'm saying? Definitely helps everything out. And let's see here. Is yeah. Okay. So how everyone is seeming to realize it, and people are having segments on like time seems to be speeding up or time seems irrelevant, things like that. Well, and then talking about chosen ones and like their isolation and all that stuff. Well, it's a funny thing when you look around the planet and you see the accelerated amount of events that are taking place, making so many environments that cause people to be in isolation. Is as if people are going to go through this quickening, like as they say, like a quickening or whatever, like, but this awakening where their old world will be shattered, and then there'll be a lump of clay that can be remolded, right? And hopefully in the right ways. But most people, yeah, it'll be in the right ways, so you'll be taken away from the crowd, away from the popular opinion, away from all those things, in order for you to start doing the actual work that's needed, so you can gain some worthwhile substance and replace that, replace the noise substance with some good substance that you can build off of. Because after all, it's all about what you take in. Watch what you eat, right? You are what you eat. So if you're taking in good content and positive things, love, strength, things that build you up, positivity, good facts, studied facts, and things that you can test and are sound. These things are more healthy for you. You'll be more structured, you'll be more healthy and vibrant, and even possibly look younger, feel better, all those kinds of things. Whereas if you take in the negative stuff, it's just like, garbage. You know what I'm saying? The body follows the mind. Your mind deteriorates a bit, and then so does your body and your health. And we see these things play out. You know what I'm saying? So that's interesting. So it's like people are ready to start, or being forced to. Hopefully they take the invitation, and hopefully they don't think that they're being discarded or forgotten, because that's how people could feel. I was just hearing something that reminded me of what I was talking about in my older experiences. I was like, the stuff that I went through, I looked at as a punishment at first. But then I started to notice that if I started to, excuse me, if I paid attention hard enough, if I was observant enough, then I was actually being guided, So, and then it made me feel like possibly there was a discussion in the stars taking place about my soul, about my name, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, it's been a crazy experience. But yeah, like, hopefully people don't think that they're being discarded or forgotten. Like, instead they would just be there to be isolated, so they can finally get whatever transmission message, whatever it is that's supposed to come to them, will come to them. And hopefully they can find their way with some grace, find themselves with some grace throughout the process. I'm sorry about that. I just had something just unexpectedly come up in my throat, and get up in my throat, and I had to get that out of there. But yeah, so I find that to be very, very interesting right now. And shouts to anybody that's already feeling that kind of pull. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. And yeah, a lot of your old beliefs and everything you could stand on is going to be kind of shattered, because you're going to be directed towards the things at the right times, like in an impeccable way. Like, it's going to be like undeniable. You're just going to be like, wow, how did this come to me at this time, right when I'm on this topic already? And it's not like you said it out loud and nothing's listening to you, but yet there you are, serendipitously, right there to get the right good stuff there for you, right? And so let's see what else I have here. um, Covered those. Oh, and in an older videos, talking about the power of focus and how important it is to have your focus, right? Like, to push forward, so you can um, get back to the core of what makes you you, and what your path is set there to do. So you're supposed to be walking on that path and getting that journey done. And the only way you're ever going to do it is to sometimes do it alone, away from the crowd, and to build up that focus. And you need the right substance, just like we always talk about, like good information, bad information, and stuff like that. And but we're going to build off the good stuff. And yeah, this is a lot to try to talk about. I got lost for a second. Okay, so like, upon that, you have your acceptance, faith, and belief. Like, I've talked about that in earlier videos, how, like, first of all, to be getting to elevate yourself, or to see yourself in a different light, can you accept that part of you? Like, maybe your surroundings or experiences are speaking to you in a certain language, a certain frequency, lower vibration or something, and maybe you start to get tangled up in it, and you start to see yourself as that outside representation versus what's inside. But if you get closer, the closer you get, and as you have isolation, the closer you get to the source, you start to realize that part of you is always there. That is the true self, is for you to excel and rise, elevate, and excel, right? So, oh my God, it's so hard to keep all this stuff in my head sometimes, or to even say it. But okay, so your acceptance, that's what it is. Can you accept that you can be better, you can be the higher self, that the light is within you and you are that light? Can you accept that you're a light being having a human experience? Can you accept that you are connected to all things, things like that? Like, and that's like the first step, is the acceptance. And then faith is to follow your path as if it would never fall out from under your feet, is to walk blindly into that path. So the faith that what you're doing is the right thing to be doing. That's what you need to, like how they say, put your nose to the grindstone, put your head down, press forward. That's what seems to be expressed, is that you're supposed to push forward, because that's the path of your salvation, enlightenment, all them good things, etc., as they say. And then in belief, because you can, the substance that you take in, hopefully correct, based off of knowledge, facts, and truth. All these things help to build your belief, right? So if you can believe it, you can speak it. If you can speak it, you can follow on it with actions. And that's what, so it's very tricky, right? Without doing the forework, right? Without doing all the groundwork, if you just get thrown into a scenario, like I've expressed in other videos I've learned over these times. Be the man, be the person before you walk through the door. You know what I mean? So be prepared on many levels. Be well rounded. Express those kingly, regal qualities, as they would say, regal qualities. You know what I'm saying? Express those first. Be well studied, well learned, compassionate, open, but definitely do the work before, because that belief is going to be more powerful, because you can act on your belief, and then that will become your path in life. That would become your life pretty much, and it will surround you with whatever according energy level that you are at. So if it's negative, it will attract negative. You will be in a negative place. It will constantly be trying to take until it devours itself. And then on the other side, you will be getting more enriched qualities. You know what I'm saying? You'll be getting stronger, leaving all the doubts behind instead of living in them. And then so, like, those frequencies are like color bands to me, like the same in the spectrum. So it's as if you're painting the world with a paintbrush. Like your heart space is like the brush or something. It's like you're painting the world, or your eyes might be the paintbrush and your heart is the color, and you're painting the world in that color. You know what I'm saying? So whether it's on a low frequency, whether it's doubt and fear or anger, jealousy, all these types of things, or if it's love, positivity, intelligence, perseverance, all those, family, friendship, elevation, all the beauty, all that kind of stuff, good stuff, and then you're in better boat, obviously, right? But yeah, man, I just thought it was very interesting, the times that we're in, and wanted to touch on a few things there. I hope that was interesting, at least. You know what I'm saying? This is what I think I do best when it comes to this kind of stuff. I think this comes more naturally to me. I try to touch on other topics from time to time, but I've noticed that I don't think that's my calling. You know what I'm saying? So I just try to keep it simple towards what comes from the heart, and keep it real there. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real with you guys, and just be me. And like I've said in the past, like, your individuality would be under attack, and look where we're at now. I wanted to that's one of the reasons I started doing these videos. Matter of fact, full 360 here. I love this. I started doing some of these videos as well because I started to notice that eventually they'll try to plaster an image of you, or a caricature, because I said that we're becoming a caricature of ourselves back then. And so they will try to start feeding whatever message they want using possibly people's likeness. And look where we are at, man. They use AI to do all these nasty videos and all kinds of stuff. Look at this. I said we have a bad track record too. I said, look at us. We always do this Yosemite Sam type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Blow ourselves up with our own TNT sticks and things. You know what I mean? So, like, look at this, man. And they use AI to make these what do they say, like these like basically like blackface videos, terrible stuff, terrible, horrible stuff. And then we just have, and so to use the technology, are you mature enough? It's not the technology that's the problem, it's the hands that it's in. It's like a gun, it's like anything else in the world. Don't give that guy the scissors, he's got them pointed the wrong way, get them from them, right? Like, so yeah, there you go. But like, anyway, man, I think on that note, where is it gonna, yeah, I think I'm just gonna get out of here, man. I'm just trying to keep it on a cool vibe right here and just share a little bit of something with you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, come along for the rest of the journey. And oh, whoops, sorry, I'm back again because there was a part that I forgot to put in there. The reason I started doing these videos is because I wanted to put my own likeness up with my own attitude and own messages, and so people could see what I'm like if I'm not on the microphone, or they're not just hearing me like rapping or singing or anything else. Like just say there was like a clip of me doing something and you don't know what my personality is like. It could be easy to paint anyone in any type of light. Like say you don't know anything about them, and then let's just say I was having a hit song with anybody, right? And then next thing you know, they run a smear campaign, and people don't know anything about a person's character, so then they naturally can assume whatever story is true. So because we do live in this world of perception, you know what I mean? Manipulation, perception. And oh, that's right, I'm not done because I wanted to talk about distraction. Okay, so like because of the perceptions and everything, okay, so distractions, which will also is part of the quickening or any awakening process as well, as it separates people and their thoughts, but also has a bad effect as distraction takes a person away from what they set out to do in the day. And as we were talking about, the inner focus of what you set out to do is the most important part of your development and getting you stronger for that and getting you ready for that. And so it's actually a destructive property as well, and it's deceptive as it slips its messages in, usually towards consumer base, to go buy some more things, and usually is going towards the big bucks and not the small bucks, and like all those fine things that I like to express in other videos as well. But yeah, the deception and also the divisiveness of the distraction. And I remember a long time ago talking with someone that was amazing, and they were also speaking on the effects that distraction has on the brain's faculties in the memory department, I believe it is. And I believe it also has been said to be been discussed and considered that it helps early onset dementia and memory loss along. You know what I'm saying? Like Alzheimer's and stuff as well. And also distraction from a young age, like a person that's interrupting what they're doing. They don't want to like finish the task, right? Like finish each task you do as much as you can, right? And like a kid, for instance, like I've heard this used before, read it, that a kid that doesn't finish cleaning their room when they're little, like shoves the clothes under the bed and stuff like that, as they get older, they start to slack on more things. They'll be the ones who will leave doors open, fridge open, just weird, so like forgetful, you know what I mean? Like not that they're bad or anything, just like there's a pattern that they'll build up. It's not paying attention to seeing things through, and it starts to grow, which also is your mind starting to be lazy in some parts and let go. And as you get older, it just slips into like more memory loss, things like that. Probably with your process of thinking is probably what it is. They probably would say it's like ADD or something, but who knows, right? But it's just we have to realize the patterns, but also distractions too. And what you think about is our society is full of distractions, right? Either something to keep your dopamine level up so you don't think about something, so you can run away with it, run away from it. Or how about just the non-voluntary ones, like things like commercials for advertising for businesses, right? Where you're watching something, you could be in depth. What if it has a captivating focus that's full of truth and a lot of substance that you're getting stuff from, and then you just interrupt that with commercials, right? So commercials, even though it seems harmless to you, but it's still interrupting your thoughts all the time. It's what it's doing. If you're focused on something, your brain is a process tool. It likes to go from A to Z, all the way through the processes, doesn't like to leave things out, and it also is an analyzation champ. Like in half a second, it processes things so fast that, like, think about someone throwing a tennis ball at you, and then you're gonna move your hand to catch the tennis ball, which is also, just think about all these adjustments, but your brain already dials in how far the person is, the pressure it seems like they're winding up to throw the ball at, the color of the ball, the size of the ball, the spin of the ball, speed of the ball, direction, trajectory of the ball, all of this in under half of a second, and then you actually move your hand in judgment to where you think that would be, and boom. So that is an analyzing champ, like a processing champ. So yeah, it likes to, and so no matter what's in front of it, and that's what I said in the past too. So no matter what's in front of it, it takes it apart. It's its nature. It wants to get down to the process of things. So it likes to see things through from A to Z, so it can say boom, 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 determine, moves on, case closed. So when you get interrupted, you don't get to do case close affirmation, and that's a problem. It can become a problem. I can't say it's always a problem. You can change your focus from things that don't serve you well or that don't make any sense, and that doesn't harm you, right? But nevertheless, I'm just saying that no matter what comes across your gaze, it's going to get torn into pieces and analyzed and digested. So, like they say, be careful of what you take in. Okay, so I think with that, I feel a little bit better. This edit's probably going to look a little funky. I know that, but I knew I was missing some stuff, and like the way I ended, I was like, wait, that didn't jive. Like I said, I'm not infallible, but this is the best way I've figured out how to do my videos so far. Is just to be as natural as I can, and just keep going with that. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. And like this whole experience, this this talking about inner focus and talking about the connectivity and talking about taking in substance and spitting out substance, this whole journey that I've been going through again and again and again has been amazing. And this new music journey is I guarantee you is amazing. And you guys are in for a journey. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it's a treat to you. You know what I'm saying? As it is to me. But I can't believe all the things that I'm hearing people talk about that I've already previously written about. You know what I mean? That's in there. And I'm like bugging out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's some weird things that take place. The more in tune you become, it's just as they say. I'm starting to think that, my opinion, but it does feel like you're just going to be resonating in tune with the speed of the time that you're in general as a whole. So that's strange. But yeah, there's more trippy stuff to talk about. I'm gonna let you guys go. I gotta get back to it myself, back on this path, that I'm walking. And yeah, man, you guys are wonderful. You got so much potential inside of you. Time for you to unlock that potential. Look at this time as you can learn anything. You can create things. You can, just like get some stuff going. Like in this isolation, you could learn a whole lot about everything, and I just don't want to sound too corny and cliche, you know what I mean? Because some of this stuff does come across like that, and to me too. And I'm the last person that I would have ever expected to be saying some of these things, but they are true. They're true, and I can't believe that. And that's not corny though, you know what I mean? So that's the part that I like the most. So I can't believe it that this stuff is real. But anyway, you guys, I love y'all. To the next one. Let's get it. Peace.